Greetings my friends and welcome to today's crochet tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet a beautiful bag. And I'd like to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for sharing my work. I really am grateful. So I'm making a bag that is about 25 centimeters. The width is 25 centimeters. And to start off, I'm going to show you how to crochet directly onto the zip, and in a different way. First of all, we are going to make some stitches like this around our zip, and then from there we are going to crochet under the stitches that I had made earlier on. So I want to show you how to make these stitches onto your zip first and then proceed on using a crochet. So when using this kind of method, it's better off when you have materials that easily run off, like this one easily runs off. So I decided to make these stitches prior to my crocheting. I'm making this bag for myself because I'm going through a really difficult time right now. So this is a special gift to myself. And I want it to be a bit bigger so I can be able to store my items, my crochet items, my tape measures, my darning needles, whatever I have to use for my crochet work. So I'd also like to say crocheting is really very important in my life. It makes me feel better. It is a stress reliever. And so I hope for you it's the same. Crocheting and knitting are known to be stress relievers. So I'm going to show you how to. So I am going to start off, and I'm going to I'm using a metallic darning needle because it is going to work better for me as compared to the other plastic needle. So I'm going to use the metallic needle compared to this plastic darning needles because they're also a bit bigger. They'll be too hard to use these plastic ones, although you can use the ones that are a little slightly smaller. So I'm going to use my metallic needle here, and I'm using the normal acrylic yarn, but later on I'm going to use the polyester yarn. So I'm going to start off working on the material, and I don't want my work to be so close to the zip and also not too far at the edge, towards the edge. So just somewhere in the middle. And then I'm going to pull up my yarn. So I'm gonna leave a tail here at the end. So I'm going to leave a slight tail there. So then I'm going to go back. It doesn't have to be in the same exact place where I first put my needle, just slightly a bit further. I put a long piece of yarn, this yarn, because I want it to go all around my zip. Nonetheless, if you... So I have managed to get through to the other side, and I'm going to leave just a loop there, not so big. And then I'm going to go back to the back side of the zip again, and then I'm going to put up my needle, put it through. So I'm going to pull up my needle from the back, pull it up onto the front side of the yarn. So once I've pulled up the yarn, I'm going to insert my needle into this loop that I had left off earlier. And then gonna pull up the yarn. Gonna just make it a bit tighter there. So now we are not going to sew from the back again. We are now going to sew from the front. So we are going to hold this piece of yarn, hold it with your thumb, and then we are going to work into this space here, into this hole. Another thing, if you want to draw lines or dots to mark how you're going to have the loops, go ahead. But for me, I'm just going to estimate with my own eyes. And then you want to make sure you have the same number of loops both on the left and the right side. So I'm going to insert my crochet into this space here, just next to where the loop the yarn is here. So insert your needle there and then take it out on this other side like so, and then pull the yarn and then pull the yarn. So it's that easy. Hold the yarn, go back, and then you want to make yarn a bit, pull this yarn so that the stitches are a bit tight. Go back into the previous stitch, and then work into the next stitch like so. And that is very easy to follow. So allow me to pause the video and continue working onto my stitches all the way. When I get here, I'll definitely show you how to cross over to the other side. So when we get to this end of the part of the zip, we are going to make it a bigger loop there because of the distance from this side to this side. And we are just going to repeat the same, what we did earlier. And then continue with the same. I need to fix my camera. I had to fix the camera, that's why I paused. So make the loop just a bit tight, and then we are going to continue with the same, what we have been doing earlier, and also make sure that the stitches are, the loops are of the same size and the same number. So I'm going to pause the video and work on this right side of the zip all the way until the end. So I'm at the end of this other side of the zip, and I'm going to basically repeat what I did at the other part of at the other end of the zip. Then I'm going to take this part of the yarn to the back so that I can cut it off. So I've managed to cut off the yarn, and now I'm just going to make a knot here so that the yarn doesn't run out. So this is how the front part of the zip looks like, and this is the back part of the zip. So I used blue because I'm going to use polyester yarn that is blue at the beginning. And the reason why I used acrylic yarn is because this polyester yarn is a bit thick, and if I had used it, it would have damaged the material of the zip. So that is why I prefer to start with the acrylic yarn, and then I'm later on going to work on the bag using this polyester yarn. So I'm going to use 3.5mm crochet size hook for this for the rest of the work because it matches the size of my yarn. So to start off the pattern of my bag, I am going to make a knot on the crochet like so, and then I'm going to start working onto this, the blue part, the blue loops rather, and I'm going to start off at this first stitch at the edge here. I'm going to insert my crochet there, and I'm going to make single crochets across the row, but first I need to secure the yarn. So next I'm going to now make the single crochets and through the loops I've just created with the acrylic yarn. I'm going to make single crochets all round the zip. So I'm going to pause the video and continue working single crochets, and when I get to this point I will show you how we are going to cross over to this other side. I have completed this right side of the zip, so now I want to cross over to the left side. So when we get to the end, I'm going to chain 3 because of this distance here. No, sorry, I'm not going to chain 3. I'm going to make 3 single crochets beneath this big loop here. 1, 2, and 3. And then I will continue with the single crochets for this other side of the row. So when we get to the other end, we are going to repeat what we did at this other side of the zip. We are going to make 3 single crochets under the loop. And then to join this other part, we are going to make, to join these 2 parts, just make a slip stitch, like so, and then chain 3. Then we are going to make double crochets all round, all the way round. Make a single one double crochet in each stitch. Make double crochets all round until you get to this part. So I have come to the end of making the double crochets, and I want to join the 2 parts together. So I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd. Remember at the beginning we did chain 3, so that is where I've inserted my crochet at the 3rd chain, like so. And then I'm going to chain, you can chain 2 or 3, so I'll chain 2. And then now this is the pattern I'm going to use for the rest of my bag. I'm going to make 1 front post double crochet. Next is a back post double crochet. Basically, I'll be alternating between a front post double crochet and a back post double crochet. Now I've made a front post double crochet and then back post double crochet. So repeat the pattern all the way round. That is what I'll be doing. Front post, alternate between a front post and a back post double crochet. So I'm going to work round and complete the rows. When you get to the beginning, you just have to join here with a slip stitch and continue with the pattern. So I have been making the front post and the back post double crochet, and this is how it looks like. So one tip for you, so you realize that when you have to do a front post double crochet, you can see the stitch on your side, so it will not be confusing at all. And if you are to do the back post double crochet, you can see this one is behind, this stitch is behind, this is the back post. So you'll do the back post there. It is very clear, there's no confusion, and the results are amazing. I can't wait to show you the final result. So continue with the pattern. When you see this front post double crochet, next is back post. So I've done quite a number of rows, and this is how the pattern looks like. It's a stretchy kind of pattern, and it uses a lot of yarn. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but all in all, it's very pretty, and I hope you like it too. So I want to join the 2 parts of my bag, and I'm going to do so using a single crochet. You can also prefer, if you want to join the 2 parts using a darning needle, you can also do the same. I think using a single crochet makes it more firmer down here, but that's just my opinion. So feel free to use whatever method you want to join the two parts. So what I'm doing basically, I'm just inserting my crochet into these both parts, the front loop and the back loop, the front loop and the back loop. And then I do my single crochet. So that is it. So I'm going to continue doing that all the way until I get to the end of the row, and then I'll cut off the yarn. So I managed to complete my bag, and now I can put my items inside there. This part of the zip came off, so that's why I've put some yarn there, and there we have it. Because of this, the design of the pattern, that is why you can see it's a bit wavy, but otherwise be sure to try out this pattern and let me know what you think. Also, feel free to donate $1 or $2 to support my work. Things are really, really tough, and your support is really encouraged. Thank you so much. Have a great time. Try this out. Happy crocheting.
Happy crocheting.
Happy crocheting.
Happy crocheting.